I'm not sure where to start. I've got so many things for so many people. 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. What happens with the 2 and the 4 is if you look at the 3 dice, okay, the 3 dice has a dot. The 4 dice, that's a hole in the dice. The 4 dice and the 3 dice, the 2 dice. Two, 4, 2, dead in the water. Turn my Rubik's Cube. 2, 3, 2, dead in the water. Why? Because when I move it next to it, it only makes an upside down and up V. See, it makes the North Star, follow the lines. Well, let me put it right, this is the way it goes. See the way it creates the N? Sliding down as if you would do it in cursive writing, follow the black only. So these two now, excuse me, these two, not these two, one go. These two, okay, get this one in between it. They're all separate worlds now, but you see the center one? If I can put it down and you can still see it. Can you see it? No? You can see it on my left. Anyways, let me put this up and start going around. Okay? They have to be nice and everything has to be duplicated. Things have to be duplicated because God sends in His vibe and they got to repeat. We're looking for eternal life, the chess game. This 1 is inside this 5. This 5 has a dot up here and a dot over here. Crisscross. This one over here has a cross over here. Crisscross. It's an X. It's all locked over here. There's another dot all the way up here, another dot out here, another one up here, and another one up here. That's the 4 and 6. Okay? Why are we outside? It's 2 different worlds, on the inside and on the outside. We're one world in between another world, 1, 1, 1, 1, and a big one, then a big one, and 1, 1, 1, 1. And Pluto wraps around to Mercury. They have to wrap around to Mercury, because if you go online and look at the world sky maps, you'll see how they hook up. Jupiter's at the end, 1 and 9. They reconnect in the egg that they're in as 10. The J-hook, the J-hook, the J-hook. Multiple sclerosis, minutes and seconds, tying our bodies together and then putting a patch of hair over where our hips are, and we grow hair all over the place. They put hair over it to make it breathe. They don't sew us up properly, and then it gets contagious to a virus. And the thing is with the virus is everybody's unique, but it's always the same kind of virus because they keep trying to protect it, so they keep making more worse. 12 hours by 12 hours is 144. 144 hours is 9 days times 16 hours awake. Or 144 hours is 6 days. 144 hours, 24 hours a day, 6 days. 6 days is 5,760 minutes. But on the Jewish calendar, 6 is Friday and it's Shabbat. 6 days is 5,700 on the Jewish calendar. That is the year 2000. Day 6 is the day and the end of life. As it seems like we've never turned or moved anywhere on this planet, but the planet's moved on us. 6 days, can you imagine? 6 days is 144 hours. Then into minutes and into seconds. When you break 3 days, because we work at 3 and 3, we end up with 180 minutes, 600 seconds, 480 seconds. Now I included the minutes and times because they're a number. So the total intake and outtake must total that number plus the 20% for the carry on energy. 288 is the answer. If you multiply 288 times what 3 is all about, okay, because 4 by 72 is 388, and it equals to 1 year. 4 by 72, 72, 72, 72. 2 days, 4 days, 6 days. 288 times 1 1/4 without the moon equals to 360 degrees. 1.25 from 288. We just passed the 288th day. So they went over to the other side. How far over to the other side will they go when they know 72 when it's over? Because 72 times 5 degrees is the turn of a day or the turn of anything at all. So now they're over the clock, they're into overtime. And soccer says what? 88 minutes plus. And they go 88 to 90 and 90 to 92. So we're now looking at 4. 4 3/4 is 12, we're in the 12th year. 4 3/4, we're in the 12th month. 4 3/4, the opposite of that is 3 3 3, makes 7 7 7 in the 21st. 3 days shy. 360 degrees. This year, the 360th day is Christ's birthday. 3 by 6 is 18 or 360 degrees around. The 21st is 10 days before, 355. But this year it's 356s. 355s equal 165 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, 168. This is Rubik's Cube. First, in between. Second, in between. Third, in between. And we go all the way up. 176 in the 10th house of 1776. I'm going to show you what else I turned here for. Here. In the 3rd house of creation. There's your 68. Here's your 1 house of 68 creation. You can say 68, you can say a number from this side. But if we're talking one side, this is your creation. This is your homeland. This is where your mind is. This is where you can get the light. 1441. This can all be seen on roulette. It comes in letters and numbers. They have to share. They have to care. They have to touch. They have to know to learn. They don't care as long as they advance. It's going to take them forever. But it's the God gave them that job. But they always screw up. But that's why they're called the angels of light. Because they teach us so damn well that when we're out of here, we still come into there with our heart from what happens here. We don't just leave it behind. And we're huffing and puffing and nervous and falling down because it's great and oh my God, and I don't understand. Marriage, you wanna? Marriage, ring of June. The 4th of June, of course, because you need the 4 corners. Everything is not right until you get to the 4th. But when you get to the 5th, the heart is installed in the 4th. The 5 unlucky days of Mayan. They are telling the true story. They really are. And my son, my lovely, beautiful son. Before I tell you, I'm going to tell you about the baseball. Look, you're in between lines and they catch you. You cross the lines and you run into the lines, you got to come back again. So you figure you'll walk over the seas. And you walk over the seas and you see, hey look, the line 11, and oh my God, I walked into another line. This and this. This is the Mediterranean. Okay? And the Baltic on this side. In between is here, or excuse me, here, look, we're going around the world. We went around the world, and now we're going to come back around the world, always passing in the same area right here. Where is this area in the world? 17 and 20. Do you know what I see it as? In Monopoly, 17 and 20 is near Pennsylvania Rail, Tennessee, New York, all the way around the corner to Kentucky. They're always moving horses, my friends, up and down those streets, giving away millions of dollars. I may not be an expert at anything, but in Santa Anita, they bet $150 million, $250 million. So automatically the other gets 25, and you give out $3 million to the horse. But at the other racetrack, you give out $3,000 to the horse, and then you only made a bet of 500. So it's a winding road, this horse thing. It just never did work, and Montreal seems to know all the numbers because they keep throwing down things that don't work and building up new. The time is real for the king to come down to the crown of St. Joseph's oratory. Within the night of one day it shall be heard. The jack, the letters, have the Roman numerals, and I'm still learning this. I want to show you, see this? It's this jack. All he did is he was already turning the corner, so he kept turning. He ran into this, the leaf, the X, and the 11, and the U. 10, 21, 31, 41, 42, the angel. But he opened up his leaf, or he reproduced because it came around again and zoomed back up, making the other side of the heart, sowing his own DNA for creation. September 11th was a marking stone because of what I just showed you in time here. And another thing about 1 and 3, the trick about 1 and 3, when they come together, you see that you see, I'll just close the page. You see the 1 and the 3. Well, if we move this over here, it's a B. So it's in one position. So you widen the board and you go like, oh, everything's in 2, 2, 2, 2, and then it keeps growing and growing. And it has to grow, it has to fill up space. Whatever's in that space gets that letter and it's that animal. See the way 1 and 3 came together to make a B? Could be 13. They come together, now I have to put something else on the outside, so I put another 1. 1, B, 4. The 1 before. Now 1, 2, 3 is on the same row. Now let me see that. Everybody do that? 1, because there's 1A and 1B. You know the plus and the negative? You know, tools? 1 plus 1, 3, and 4. So you have so you get AC, AC, and then 4 over this way for that number is BC, AC, BC. But your 4 really goes down here after. And the numbers go back, but to show you how it creates it. Don't forget, look, 1, 3, 3, 1. 4, 0, 4. When God made his world and he was the only one, it was only the 4 corners. Why? Because every time he passes center ice, he's got a set of new corners. He doesn't leave his trail and hold on to the cord, because the cord will tangle him up between the trees. He keeps leaving the trails between the trees, between the 2 trees. When you do 404, 404, it comes out to, well, let me see, I can never see with this. Comes out to 808 bicycle playing cards, 32, 32. And you can put something in the center if you want, but it says 44, 68, 6, 10, 10. I can't explain everything. If you put the numbers in and say the numbers alone, you're 31, 13, 31, 13, 31, 13, and in between, 44. 31, 13, 31, 13, 31st President Herbert Hoover, 13 more, or Barack Obama. He is in the center, the 44th president. He creates the 5 in the center. He becomes 454 and 454, but not here. So he becomes 4, 5, 4, which is 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 13, 6, 19, 25. Why did I put the 3, 3? Because now you're in game cube. You've cornered the 1 inside the 5 as the 5 dice I showed you. So you put the game cube there in control. The corners are not square castle corners. They're on an angle. They stop you. If they were castles, there'd be 2 sides. And you know it's a corner, it would be God, so they cross angle it. So you get 3, 3. 3 and 4 is 7, 4 and 3 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7. But over here, well, it should say 3. 3 and 4 is 7. 3 and 4 is 7. Center one is 5. 3, 5, 6 is 11. 3, 5, 6 is 11. When you come into one house, all the corners have the same number. You leave one house to the next, and this is the way this house works. So now you have 4, 5, 4, which says 4 by 5 is 20. 4 by 5 is 20. Now the other side of 4 by 5, because they're controlling your mind, but they're not you. 4 by 5 is 20. 4 by 5 is 20. Equals 80. Plus they control, okay, inside the 5, okay, where there's 2 missing on the 3 dice, that's inside 2 man's life. So what we get here is we get the 2 man's life plus his birth is the 11, or he's the 47 Christ now in their world, or he's just a 29 birth and they got control of them. Irregardless, they're all 11. In French, they say it's 4 20s and 11. They separate their whole alphabet from it. And they say 4 20s and 11. Here they say it different. Here they just say 80. The English hidden code. One of the ways the pyramid works, see this pyramid? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Then I stop. I'm rolling. It says that's enough. That's the angle, that's enough. I'm just looking to see what I did. So I measured up that the 21st of this year, of December, 10 days before, is 356, is 14, the cross of Christ. I calculate my birthday, my grandmother's, because this is all about to do with my family and your families. My family vibrations that bring it into me, so I have to use them. What am I going to do, talk about your father? It's my father. He's born in the month of 7/11. Creation is 3 days before that because the moon comes before the ouverture comes. The ouverture, the opening, or the egg breaks. That's on my birthday. But now, my birthday is 31 days before the next month. My year connects Halloween to November 1st. 10311. 10311. Now, if it's 5 or 6 numbers, first of all, what I did is repeat to you letters and numbers of dates, just from the letter count, like the K is J, J is 10, C is 3, and 11 is AA, angel. AA angel means the 1 angel and the 3 angel, which means the 10-10 angel. JC, 10-10 angel, means the real Christ. You see, we only saw stories. So we can't go against Jesus, because we only saw stories. Did you see his evil part? No. We know about the angel, the evil of light. God has a problem. Every time he sends out a son, he calls him John. The only way he knows his true son is through his heart. So every man, woman, and child that has ever come into this world is through God is named John. And John baptized everybody. Okay, Joe, okay, John, okay, Joe, okay, John. You know, it's so easy. It's right next to AJ. And then his last child, he calls the Arland. He calls him the Arland because that's the letter of the R and the land he went to. It's our land. This land is your land. This land is my land. Isn't it not our land? R is a letter in the alphabet. E and U say something else. C and I, C-I-A says something else individual. So why not the R land? Now if we take the D and put it to the front of the R land, we have Auckland, Australia, and at the same time we have D into the front becomes there. LAN is a communication inside Pueblo, Colorado. I only wrote that because as I was writing this came out. A-N-D. R and who else? It's an automatic. When it says the or the, remember, the A-R and E. Okay, at R and LAN, remember, R-E says to remember the lands. Remember the U. E and L mean she in French. It's the 12th letter. It says L and it's the pronunciation. Remember her who led you to the wolf. Our land and your lands. The dale or the dale that we had took. The dale, why? Because she was a guy. Only the men can build. And the women can destroy. Monica Lewinsky. Inside the Twin Towers. Clinton, Hillary, January, Hillary, February, day of the love, but the love is not true. They freeze your ass off in the middle of the 14th, so you know you're rushing in, you're rushing out. That's all they want. What a poor holiday. January and February, okay? I think next year we should have Valentine's Day on the 29th of February, if February still exists. But it's a little warmer. Gives us a chance to say, oh look, the spring is here, instead of saying, oh my God, I love you dear, but it's so cold outside. Monica Harmonic Lewinsky, the game they pulled, building number 7. Someone passes in one building and out the other one, each one in a row clicking a different switch until the elements rise to the top and start ticking down and crumbling the building from above. Bill Clinton, the biggest speech sayer of everything, if she was able to stay with him while he has the biggest speech in the world and the most intelligent man, and he slept around, I'd just say they're all into polygamy. And I don't think the polygamists are real at all. I think it's a society and a cult. I think that they broke apart from the originality, and now it's just polygamy. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was something added in to their cereal. They didn't want to do this, but now they're so hot to have the children, and they have to have the children and work their own land. They have worked it against us. Hillary Clinton. Who wrote up that story from Monica Lewinsky? She sings the harmonics really well. Ask Bill. You know how I know? Because the sperm that shot in her mouth went into the matrix and it came right back to me with a negative vibe. The sperm means just the communication vibration, okay? When the egg eats the sperm, that's the communication vibration to have the child. Wow, Why are they so mean? Why are they so secretive? Why can't we just stop this and say, okay, tomorrow we'll do our own roads. Tomorrow we'll use our cities as offices to communicate with the other cities. Forget about the big people. The highways that are coming in, we'll charge higher prices on gas. We'll grow more fruits and vegetables here. We'll buy less from elsewhere. Because if you buy less from elsewhere, you don't disturb anybody. The boss coming up, hey guys, I got 10 loads to put out going to Canada, you know. We got to send it over to Canada. You know where Canada is? And I'm going to be late, and I'm not going to make my money, you know that, eh? You're going to cost me money. I'll fucking owe you, eh? We repeat the angel all the time. You don't see the monkeys coming into the city unless they're coming here to sing a song. Travel and reservations all hooked up to a bigger booking. Would you like your airplanes, planes? All the bigger trap to try and see if they can continuously take advantage of your minds. But you, me, and all of us are blind. Because the biggest part of their game, okay, because they already got to the 6th day. I told you 5,760 minutes would be equal to the year 2000. 13 years ago. The square I just showed you, that's 13, 13, 13, all the way around 31, 13, making 44 Obama. 13. 13 moons in 1 year, in which this year only 10 will go by, ending up in the center of both, letting the energies reach from north to south, Venus to Neptune. 13 cards in the deck. When you get to the 10, you don't need the pictures and masks anymore. So you throw them away and you come out. 31 days from my birthday. 3 and 1 is 4. I'm born on the 4th, 44. Hoover Dam on the 4th, the 2nd month of the 44th president. All my numbers work all the time. They all come true. Now what's going to happen? Will I wake up the next day? Will it rain when it's not supposed to rain? Will I have an accident? Will I lose my money? Will I go do an evil deed? That's all it is. We don't notice it until it's greater, but when you come in within the heart into the system of the light, you feel everything through your halo. Four and 5, 5 and 4, 31 days. I was born closer to the 3rd than on the 5th. Isn't that funny? I filled in with the 4th. I was only 8 hours or 9 hours before I was born. But you're born when the water breaks. Once that water breaks, you're just basically waiting to get out. So the first crack of the egg is the water breaking. The year 2000 in time. From 1963, from my birth to today of 2013 November, I'm already ahead of a year. Because I put it ahead of the year because it's the end of the cycle, I come back in time to see at what period during the cycle it was. So me, it's 50 years now. Obama 44 makes 94. 4 by 9 is 36. 4 and 9 is 13. 13 of the corners. 13, 13, 13. 1379, or when you're in their house, it's 13 all the time. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 8. 12, 16. This is the Monopoly board, and all the castles are at the corner. What the Monopoly board, what the chess will say is 64. Plus 4 and 4, 4 and 4. 68, 72, 76, 80. 8 times 15 is 120. They've now jailed the birds. 12 times 0 equals 180 degrees. They've now put an egg behind Raish. 15 is equal to 0 times 12 is 180. We started off on the 160. Once you're at the 180 plus your end zone, okay, your end zone counts for the whole thing. You go forward 20 and backwards 10 at your end zone 30. You get the whole field and you win the 6 points. No kick, because it's us they win. 432. Okay, is another thing I wanted to show you. We Here's 432. 19. This is visiting jail. This is the center track. The only place you have to go is to free parking and back to visiting jail, and free parking and back to visiting jail. 432, why? Because the 49 I told you, 4 and 9, they're at Obama and eternal, with the 1-3 creation of the 13, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Because this is the 5 card. It's separated, this side from this side. The A and they separated to go to jail and to go home into one world of an empty freedom right here, which is the Omega sign, or Tav in the Hebrew language. Stock market crash, 1929 to 2009. 2008, I got the ticket for sitting on a park bench. But I have to go after the market crash, because otherwise I would have created it. So I would have to be the sequence in history. Let me get some water. Sequence in history for the market crash. So from 1929, this list went on 13 years. It was 1942. From 1942 to 1921, it's 21. From 1921 to 1900, it's 20, so now we know it's the letter U. 21, 21, 21. So that means the letter U, 21, 21, 21, was 1963. So if it's 1963, then this child has to be 13 years younger than me. And there should be one 13 years older, because the first one who studied the two. $36, $49, $62. 36 is that the creation that came from within my brain, built somewhere else in Tasmania, to who I am. 49 to 62. 62 is the queen of A and B. They call her the BF queen, the ABF queen, the tire on the road, the mark of the tire, your DNA, the owner and ruler of all the DNA, all her babies. She's the one in control. The queen moves all the spaces. The husband is blowing up the science lab, just like in all the movies we saw, following her queen's orders. You bumbling fool shall come in, what are you doing, you idiots? You know what's funny? Most of the people in this world have no idea they're working for them. They don't understand. It's all a game, a basis of the game. Anyways, let me get back to this. So 432 is held up in the bull's horn, okay? 3 is over here, not here. This 2 here says automatically I have the intake from upper to lower, which is Venus and Jupiter. This must be where we live on the bottom of Jupiter somewhere. And then they bring us back up here and here. But the best place to live is to have somebody right here with a guard up here. This is Saturn. That would mean Venus is controlling Saturn in this position. I have to see which number is up here. What number is down there? Right, in that position, in this position, according to your phone, 3, 6, 9 go together, so Saturn's in between. She has cut off half of Saturn, and she has moved Mars up, so what's missing is the 7. So she has stolen to one side the 7th gate, up from the 1, and she's stolen the 6. 7 and 6 on each side, the 13 cards in the deck, because God plays with the suits. The missing parts. So now I gotta go, this controls this, this is 6, and this is 7. 2 controls 6 and 7, 2 controls 6, 7, and 6, 9. 6, 7, and 6, 9. So 2 controls. So we take 2 out of the center. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 away from here. This is 7 and this is 6. The only thing 7 can do to 6 is 7 minus 6 is 1. 6 minus 7 is 1, and 7 and 6 is 13. So the balance there is 11. So now what does she do? What she does is 7 minus 6. 7 plus 6 is 1, 2, 1. 7 minus 6, 7 plus 6 is 1, 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. 7 plus 6 is 13. 7 minus 6 is 1. So you have 101, and the maximum you can go is 13. 101, 13. But how do you go 13? It's your one spirit. That's no problem. Your 13 is a guard, so you can go outside for the guard shack, but that's it. 7, 13, and 2 is 15. So put 15 in the center of 2. You put the 15 in the center of 2, and you got 1 of 52, which is 3 13s and 1 13, 7th inning stretch. It's many other things, but what the most of it all is, the 15 is the egg. You put the 15 next to the 2, it makes 512 memory. She's reduced that to 152, which is one set of 52. It's now a triangle. She's cut off half your triangle. 19 of the moon. Or is it 19 hours? Because it's not 19 seconds. I have to make it look like a new number. Because if I multiply it by 1, 5, 8, 10 hours, it doesn't matter. I'm just going into a new house, and that's the number in the house. The time's all the same. I mean, I'm up in California. There's a 3-hour difference, but for me, the time is the time. The deck, or December, the deal will come to rise. Something about this December month. I told you, like I said, the year ends in October. S-E-P-T-O-B September September two bears. CPOC, is that something? I know it's something, I've heard of it before. CPOC, CPEC, oh my God. Peck, oil, peck, chicken, oil, peck, oil, leak, oil, spill, press, peacock, cop, sea cops, scepter, sea cops, two bears is September, October, and the O and the D. November is not there. The D for December, and it would be January. Okay, whatever it is, I don't know where we were. I know I dragged you into this. The whole thing is, it's 50 years from my birthday. It's 31 days from my birthday to boom, two booms, bam, boom, double, down. 50 years have come to go, 50 years don't you know, 6 ways take the highway, 6 days take the low road, 6 days count up for 144, we see something down at the core, what is going to be and where will be the ride, where is the number, because I can't find the page. Six days. Okay, now I have to figure out what day the 4th is on, but it goes 6 days, and then it has to go 1 day for a Saturday, so you can't forget that. So 6 days and 1 day. So you have 7 days, so you have 57, 67 Hebrew calendar. Now 6 days, 1 day. Now we have to go into 7 more years. Well, holy fuck, that's the 2 dice, 7 and 7. We play it as 6 and 6 because we are the one spirit. The 5760 plus the 2 dice of 12 that I originally got these numbers from by doubling up the 12 dice. I took the 3 hours, I took the 6 hours. I took what was on the dice, 3 and 6 hours. Then I went to the 12 hours. In the 12 hours, you know what it says in the 12 hours? 108, 54, 54, 5, 4, 4, 5. Here's the letters. Dead. The marking date they have right now is again the 11th of November and November 4th and next week and the ships are in. I saw the stars last night, man. The ships are in the sky and they sparkle so bright. They were in hiding. That means there are other ships here. You can't and you won't see them. When you look into the blue sky only goes so high. After that, they hide right there. You can't see the other side. Your eyes don't go that far. We'll keep it short for now. Remember that 2, 3, 4 is after God stands on go. In front of them and to the left of them, it's hidden. So you don't start on the next properly. You get 2, 3, and 4. Or you go 1 back because it's 101. You go 1 back and you end up with the Mediterranean, Community Chest, and the Baltic. Your 2, 3, 4 picks up very primary lands. If you do this on the next corner and you go 1 before, you get 2, which is to the corner and over. Do you know why you're allowed to turn the corner? Because that's what the horse does in chess. You end up with waterworks and 2 parts of whatever the yellow property, whatever the, hold on a second, let me get this out. How do I do this? Wow, it won't move. Let me see if I can just check this out for a second. No? No, they're not here. Okay. Okay. So I don't have them. I was going to show you maybe a couple of pictures very fast. Here you are. You see this guy up here with the mask and the eyes and the W on his head? All the outside picture. Here's the cross. Man's cross is up here and down here. His cross is his tail, his backbone. The other cross is for the animals that lie down and walk with 4 feet. We stand with 2 feet. Our number is 28. They run a number of 46, but the angle our mind is cornered in is 26. To this side, it's 24. To this side, it's 26 on your phone. But in reality, you're hooked up to 6 and 6 on both sides, irrelevant of what one is doing. The whole 6 is working with the total equation. So over here, okay, it's 4. And then when you go on the opposite to 6, Saturn becomes Mars. Add 33 days onto that, you're at the birth of me. In case you're asking the question what it all means, me. Hi everybody, my name is Ronald. I came up with an idea when I fell sick a few years ago that I was going to write about everything I thought, put it into a book, and maybe Hollywood was going to come and get it, and that we can show different things that might be true, and things that are true only by the calculation, by the numbers, and the definitions from within that we give the history. And we can always add definitions. This is the maze we're basically in. See over here? guy taking in all that information, all that musical note. This is the jungle. This is the ocean. Ocean of birds and ocean of fish. And this one I already showed you. Okay. See the big head over here? When you turn it over, it becomes one here and one here. See the eye here? And the eye and the guy over here? They have one nose and a cross. 5, 8, 6, 4. 5, 8, 6, 4. Is that what it says? 2, 6, 5, 8, 4. 2, 6, 5, 8. 26 the queen, 85 the matrix. Wow. Raphael 7286. My book chapter is in chapter 38. 83 years since the market crashed in Herbert Hoover Dam. 83 years later, you guys are still sitting in the market trying to pray for an extra cent. When it goes down, you feel heartbroken. It's time to take your money out and turn your money into food and silver. Because that's what they're going to want from you. But real silver. Silver on paper is only paper silver. We're not looking for the fake stuff, the signature. We're looking for the real stuff. You go out to buy something, you get the real stuff. You buy the real stuff. You share it with your friends, the information that you learn, you take it in from your heart. You want the real stuff from the real heart of the real mind of the truth. But you be mean to nobody and go on your daily deeds like every other day as nothing's happening at all, because it's only a book, only a dream and a vision. But anyways, we're going to say thank you, Raphael 7286. All right.